Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Hold on just a moment, just making sure everything's all good. I am glad to be back though. Things have been a little bit crazy. There's a lot going on right now. I have a lot I want to talk about. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to reset the emulator really quick. There's a lot of version specific differences that are available in this PS1 version, so I want to show off as much of this as I can, if not all of it. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Let me copy the stream link and get this for people just ahead of time really quick before I pause it. And I'm not playing the game right away because, give me a second, I need to reset the game so that I can show you guys the intro cutscene that's exclusive to PS1 version. So 1 second, I'm just finishing with the link on this before I do anything more. Okay, here's link to the stream, and let me reopen the emulator and reset. There we go. You guys can see this now. I'm going to shut up because this is really low volume and you guys won't be able to hear it very well otherwise, so let you guys enjoy this without me saying anything. Let me pull my thing back up so I didn't have it set where I wanted it. Okay, here it goes in just a second. I think it's after this.
Since retiring from the public's eye,
Just a dumb scene.
to a life of solitude. For 2 years, I started my day watching Kung Fu theater. Days, then weeks blurred into one long, greasy telethon. The next thing I know, some government goons show up at my place. It seems they've caught a whiff of old Mr. Sunshine himself, Rez. He's back in the media dimension, and they think I'm crazy enough to go back in after him. So they whisk me away to Interrogation 101. They play rough. Start giving me the business.
Is chat okay? Gotta ask right now. Don't want to talk over it too much, since it's really weirdly mixed.
So we negotiate a little something to cover my expenses. They throw in one of those secret agent suits, and I tell them we got a deal. Looks like I'm headed back into the media dimension. It's gonna be deja ouch all over again.
Okay, I don't want to talk over it too much, but yeah, now the intro should be completely done. Just making sure of that before I do anything else. Okay, let's get ready to start and actually hey, continue playing this. Just give me a second to get my window back up, make sure everything's all good so we can actually play the game. I need to fix something so I have my windows not set exactly where I'd like them. Just 2 seconds. I need to do one other thing. Let's see. I have a lot that I want to talk about on my mind, and there's a lot going on right now, or at least there was a lot in recent few days, I guess, and also just a lot of things that I'd have on my mind I want to discuss. Just a general ton of stuff going on, that's stuff that I feel like I want to talk about. Main one will be, I'll go ahead and let you guys know exactly what I was thinking about, which is the fact that I have been having some issues that I've been dealing with, not just a few, but I'm going to be making some changes to the channel sometime soon. I have been not streaming as much as a result of it. Also, this is another version difference for anybody who's curious. Little actual intro scene for this, and it's much longer. You don't have just Gex getting thrown into the overworld. It's actually animated, pretty neat. There's an options menu, everything. There's a lot different. But yeah, like I was saying, big things are possibly going to be happening. I'm not sure about how things are going with YouTube right now. Things are less than great at the moment, so I'm not happy about that. I want to talk about it more in an update video in the future, so that's what we're going to likely do instead of talking about it right now. I have some things that I want to work on because I'm not satisfied with where the channel's sitting right now, and I want things to be as good as possible. I want you guys to be able to enjoy things. I basically went up to where I was at least as far as I could get for this game, and I got the same place I was on the N64 version, which this has significantly more content, but I think we can cover all this in either 1 or 2 streams, actually, so there's a lot of levels we're going to be playing through though, and that's because there's like a bunch of stuff. I've already done some of these in my spare time to like try to get the idea of how to play some of them and try to unlock everything. I wanted to go in blind for as much as possible, but it doesn't seem like it was completely doable. So the game seems to run a little better and whatnot, and so the PlayStation version is overall better and runs better and whatnot. Also, there's going to be some more voice acting, and I don't know, it feels a little more thought out. I don't really love the fact that it's significantly better on PS1. I feel like they half-assed the version they gave the N64, and they didn't put any of the cooler stuff in there, and they cut out like a ton of levels, but I mean, whatever. This one's not great. This is just a platforming level with like a bunch of these little weird ship things, and there's, I guess you could count it the Star Trek themed. I don't know if I'd count that, because I mean, it's just a bunch of fucking rocks, like a Star Trek costume and some lines referencing Star Trek, so whatever though, it's not really a big deal. None of the levels I've seen so far for like the exclusive stuff are amazing, but there's a lot of them, so it's like 6 levels that are exclusive compared to the one that's exclusive in fucking N64 version, so yeah. Anyway, whatever. Like I was saying, so there's been a lot that's been going on recently. Some shit really went down in Texas recently, for anybody who doesn't know, and I live in Texas, so I had to deal with some of the problem. Basically, there was a giant snowstorm, for anybody who didn't know, and Texas got absolutely fucked over pretty hard by it. I mean, it wasn't as bad as humanly possible, but it wasn't a very good time either. Power was going out all the time. They had to do like rolling blackouts to stop like a total shutdown of power. It was messing with everything. The internet wasn't working correctly. There were like having problems getting out because the roads were so frozen. Fucking, let's see, what else was there? I'm not remembering everything. I mentioned the roads already. I mentioned power. I remember hearing people having water problems, and like at least like 12 people die. I think it was like maybe more than maybe it was like closer to 30. I don't remember. It's a lot, but not a huge amount, but still a lot of people overall. That it's like, enough that it sounds like it's serious, and it's all because of fucking mismanaged money from the government, and they didn't take any chances to try and fix problems like fucking making our weather like more snowproof or whatever. They didn't make it where we could have our fucking windmills and shit fucking work properly, all this other stuff. Like, there are a lot of things that were wrong. I don't know about everything that was wrong in this situation, but it wasn't pretty. Okay, cool. We got our first one we were going for. Try to practice it a little bit. Let me reload the page and make sure everything's working correctly, just because I don't know what the chat is, but I see the count goes up on the playback. I'm not really sure if that's from something else or if it's really just the chat's not working or if it's what. I don't know if people are tuning in, if it's things aren't great. I apologize. I'm doing my best to try and make the stream interesting while I continue doing whatever and talking about what I need to talk about. Yeah, the snowstorm was bad though. Spent several days without power. I don't think things got better until like Thursday. It was, I think, last week. I might be remembering the same week as the Nintendo Direct, and surprisingly I got enough internet access during that point and like power that I was able to fucking actually watch it, so I do have my thoughts on it, and I'll talk to you guys about it, just not right away necessarily. I guess it wouldn't hurt to talk about it right now. I mean, I don't know when we'll get another great chance to start discussing it, so what the hell. So yeah, thoughts on the Nintendo Direct. There are a lot of announcements that came out in this Nintendo Direct that I wanted to discuss, wanted to bring up. One of the big ones is that there was, well, there weren't a huge amount of like new first-party games as far as I could tell, but there was Mario Golf. That was big. That's something I'm excited about because there's been a new Mario Golf, and sometime feels like way too long, so good. Finally a console Mario Golf again after not having one in fucking ages. It feels like they did it at a good time. It's always been Mario Tennis and Mario Golf on systems, and only having Mario Tennis for a while on some systems was disappointing. I'm gonna be honest. Mario Tennis is good, but I don't feel like Ace is as good as some of the prior entries, and some of the recent ones have not been the best. I'm glad that this one's... We're about to get another Mario Golf game. Like, those two always went hand in hand with each other, and they really should have had one on Wii or whatever, but I guess they didn't want to because they were having issues. Also, I hear the 3DS Mario Tennis wasn't great. I haven't played the 3DS Mario Tennis or Mario Golf very much. I have 3DS one on Mario Golf, but I haven't really got into it properly like I was intending to. Don't know how good it is. I want to talk more about Mario Golf in particular, but I'm going to wait a little bit because there's something else I want to talk about, which is more of the Direct. By the way, for anybody who's listening, how are your guys' thoughts on the Direct? I'm curious to hear, like, what do you guys think of the last Nintendo Direct, the February 17th Direct? I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't great. Like, there was definitely, it felt like there were a shortage in terms of good announcements. First party not being like very heavy is what really got me in that. Like, it's genuinely just one of these scenarios where seeing more first party announcements would have done a lot of good, in my opinion, and been enough to make the Direct more enjoyable. But they stuck to releasing stuff about like new third party stuff, it seems like, and maybe some others that I'm forgetting about. Let's see, thinking of third party, see what all was big that was announced. They showed some more Monster Hunter Rise, whatever, everybody knows about it. It's obvious they were going to show more of it eventually, and even if it's not a first party, it's like being promoted by Nintendo so that it's showed as like the big front runner third party game on Switch right now, and that's natural. It makes sense to show it off as big third party release. It's kind of like taking the role of biggest release in March. Let's see. Monster Hunter Rise looks good. I'll probably look into getting it. I don't know if I'm going to or not. Seems like a good game, but don't know if I have the interest in it or not. I guess we'll have to wait and sit it out and see, honestly, because I just honestly don't know if I have the interest or not. It look, like I said, it looks good. Okay, let's see, what else was there I wanted to talk about? A lot of stuff that was announced, so just bear with me. Oh, there was something that was like fucking, I think it's free to play, some sort of multiplayer thing that got revealed. I didn't really love that. I don't remember the name of it. It's some, like a princess, some character look like it came out of Counter-Strike and then an ogre or something. That was a weird announcement and not something I loved the look of. It looked like it was rather, or could be the right word, I'm not actually sure, but yeah, that trailer was kind of, I didn't love that. That was just a weird one. Okay, I'm gonna do this because this is the next one on the list. Poltergeist, another one of these mansion levels. It's a pretty alright one from what I played. Not the funnest, but not that bad. Anyway, let's see if we can get all this done without too much trouble. Get all the little things you need to collect. Try to get it. Oh yeah, try to get all the collectibles I need. Try to get through the main objectives without too much time wasted. This is the only main proper level, I think. The other, there's some that are like red remote levels, but they don't have like proper amounts. There's one, and they have like only that objective. I think a hidden objective, maybe a potential collectible objective. So they're really short. Anyway, let's see, where was I? Talking on games that got revealed in the Direct, I think, and let's see here. What did we mention already? I mentioned in Monster Hunter, but that's not an announcement that was made. Actually, you know, I almost forgot. Square Enix had a lot of good presence in the Direct. There was a lot of stuff to talk about in that Direct. That was very, very, like, much a good, heavy Square presentation to an extent. Well, I say presentation. It's not meant to be about Square, but you know what I'm saying. It's got a lot of stuff from Square in it. God damn it. The fucking camera, even on the PS1 version, is a little on the lacking side. I'm gonna be honest. This camera in this game is not the best. It's kind of irritating. I'll try to fucking work around this though. Anyway, like I was saying, there was that Legend of Mana remake thing. Looks kind of neat. Pretty cool. I think they had some PS1 like RPG game they're porting over to the Switch, which is neat. I have no fucking interest in that whatsoever, so I'm not gonna be concerned about that. So I'm not gonna think about it too much.
okay.
The one thing I can think of from Square that really caught my attention, though, and I think this is natural, was that Project Triangle strategy thing. I've got to say, it looked really cool, although name was not very good. Could have probably thought that out a little better, Square, and made a name that actually sounded like it was more human and actually thought about, instead of just throwing out whatever for a name for a game, because I'm going to be honest, Triangle Strategy, what the hell is that even for a code name? Like, I get that it's not final, but look at Octopath. That guy, its name is Octopath anyway, and it was finalized despite that being the like code name. I mean, Octopath Traveler isn't even a bad name though, so that's a little different, but I don't feel like they should be sticking with Triangle Strategy as a name if they are deciding on something. I hope they consider some other name choices. They've got plenty of different possible names they could use, and that's just not a very good one. I don't know, maybe it's just me. There's a dumb sounding code name. It doesn't sound like it was thought up super well. Donkey's video on the Direct kind of made fun of that, and I found that funny. Let's see. Speaking of that game, like, I played that, it's pretty good. Apparently it's like similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. I got a lot of Fire Emblem vibes playing it. It's not quite the same, but it's not super different from Fire Emblem. It's a strategy game. Fairly fun little game too. I enjoyed the demo. One of the more interesting reveals for me in terms of like stuff shown off at the presentation. Fuck. Really? Out of all that, I fucking fudged because I wasn't being super careful about my movement. All this to get the stupid hidden collectible, but I'm gonna fucking try again. I don't care. It'd be great if I didn't have to redo this, but I mean, whatever. We'll just try to move quickly and try to get back. Game was fun though. I like the way they got the whole scales thing, and you can fucking get like different outcomes depending on what you pick. It's pretty neat, pretty good little proof of concept type of thing where the game's definitely got potential to be something really, really good. I hope Square makes it into a fantastic game, especially based on a Final Fantasy Tactics game or whatever. Then yeah, I think it'll work. I need to play that game someday. I've never actually played Final Fantasy Tactics, so one day. Also, if they need a name, they should look at the fucking game itself and like, there's literally a big thing in the game called Scales of Conviction where you have to weigh choices. Use that as a name for the game, basically. That's an actual interesting sounding title that would work in place of something stupid like Project Triangle Strategy. I think the name in Scales of Conviction would actually catch on with like being somewhat clever and not totally stupid sounding, so yeah, that seems like a decent idea. It's definitely not as bad as their name they came up with, at least. Somebody on Reddit said that, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like a fairly good idea for a game name, actually, compared to what they came up with, so I think that'd be good. Anyway, whatever. Let's see. Just thinking on announcements. Let's see. Actually, on terms of announcements that I haven't talked about, let's see. How many have we gone over? We've gone over. Did we go over the Mario Golf thing already, or did we skip over that? I don't think we did. I might have to talk about that in length in a minute, if I haven't already. Oh gosh, I should have wrote this stuff down. Not because I don't. Dude, Skyward Sword HD was another thing. I remember that. That was kind of neat. I'm glad people get a chance to play it, but since it's like a new generation of people, I've got to say the HD remaster does not look great though. It's not even really looking like they did more than upscale the graphics a little bit. Like, I believe there was actually a video with like proper HD graphics from Nintendo a long time ago for the game, and for some reason they're not using that. I don't know what the hell the name was. It was like a thing back on the Wii days, because there was like a thing somebody mentioned about like this kind of thing. It wasn't like a community-made texture pack, as far as I could tell. It actually supposedly packed in with like the base files for usage on a fucking modern console, like possibly meant for the Wii or something, and they never utilized it. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe they had plans to port it to Wii U at some point and actually use it. I don't know. It's not great knowing that it felt like this one's kind of a remaster. Also, the Zelda remakes have been good, but some of them getting a little half-assed, and Skyward Sword HD feels like it's kind of bordering on that area of like, maybe this is going a little bit in the direction of low effort, to be honest. I don't know. Doesn't feel like it's the best looking. I don't know if I talked about that I haven't, or should I not talk about that I've been meaning to, in terms of game announcements. Let's see. Give me a second. I'll do myself and you guys a favor by checking this on one moment. I need like a second to look at a single thing. I might have a slight issue with audio where I talked about triangle strategy already. That's something I wanted to bring up. Let's see. One moment. Bear with me. I don't know if I talked about 3D World and Bowser's Fury yet. I might in a second if I don't. Just give me a second or two. I'm just checking this. Splatoon 3, I almost forgot about that completely. So, Splatoon 3, that's one topic. Talked about Legend of Zelda already, which is neat. Talked about triangle strategy. I think the other was Miitopia, Splatoon 3 Miitopia. I'm sure I'd try to remember this stuff really quickly. And then there was, the Famicom thing. I want to talk about that pretty well as Mario Golf. Okay, let's talk about Splatoon 3 for a moment, and then we'll discuss Miitopia, I guess, just because why the fuck not? I don't know how I feel about Splatoon 3 yet. I mean, we barely got much of a look at it, so I guess there's that, but like, it feels like we just got thrown a fucking trailer without really whole lot of fucking anything to go off of. We don't really know entirely what we're getting besides that it's more of Splatoon. It's like, it's kind of neat, but at the same time, it's like, how am I supposed to feel about this? Because we don't have a lot we can go off of. The footage is cool, but in single player looks like it could be really fascinating if it's actually like, I'd say it's post-apocalyptic, but I don't know if that's the right word, considering Splatoon's always kind of had that vibe to it, so may not be the right word to describe what I'm thinking of. The single player looks interesting. The environment for it looks fairly interesting too, actually, so and I'll say that's something I think is cool. The weapons are alright looking, but that's something that they totally fucking had the option to do for themselves, is make the weapons however they wanted to, and yeah, they could have put this in Splatoon 2 for all I care. I wonder if this is coming off as a cash grab to anybody else, because it kind of feels a little bit like that to me. I'm still uncertain if I want to support Splatoon 3 since I didn't actually buy Splatoon 2 properly. Like, I bought it and didn't use it, I guess, but I didn't really play it very much. So I guess I technically bought it. I might consider Splatoon 3 for the sole sake of playing my share of Splatoon since I didn't get into 2. I don't know if I'm going to or not. I'll have to think about that a little bit. Game looks okay, but I genuinely don't know if I have a lot of interest in it or not. It's a alright looking game, though. It looks like it might be good enough and a fun time for at least a little while, so I don't know. I didn't really think about that one for a while, even like regarding anything I've said there. I don't know if I care about it or not. I got my fill of Splatoon on Wii U, and I haven't had a lot of urge to go back to it, unfortunately. So wait a second. I know where I'm supposed to go, but I'm not finding any sign of where I need to go. That's the problem. If that makes any sense, I don't see the like last blood cooler thing I'm looking for in this level, which is rather irritating. Maybe over here. There's supposed to be another doorway where there's like can run through or something where I can get the last one. There it is, over here somewhere. Get out of here. Okay, there we go. And the last one I needed is over... Oh god, that camera, please stop. Anyway, yeah, over here, I go up here, I think, and I can get the last one, and then we can finally get this red remote that I've been meaning to, instead of waiting on it. Okay, cool. Taking a little longer than I anticipated, but that's not a bad thing. It just means that I ended up spending a little extra time on this. So I'm curious, I don't remember, does this lead me to where I want, or is this something else entirely? I don't think that's where I want to go, actually. I think if I want to go somewhere, I want to go over to the other hallway and go backwards, maybe. I just want to get to the thing I was already attempting to get, since, you know, I'd got that objective, and I feel like that's one of the harder ones to get out of the way, and it's better to be done with it first. I think I'm done talking about Splatoon 3. I hope the story's interesting. That's the only other closing statement I can say. Also, a little weird to reveal it so quick when, you know, could be, and while it seems to be a 2022 game, and who knows, we'll be seeing it anytime, like, early 2022 or what, and I can imagine they might even delay it. I hope that they don't take forever, but I mean, I honestly don't have any idea how they're planning to handle Splatoon 3. I hope it's going to be good, though. I hope it's worth it. I don't know. Also, the thing with Salmon Run, they could definitely afford to upgrade Salmon Run to make it a little better. And okay, I'm going to have to replay this level as well as what I did earlier, so to do that in a bit. Not yet, though. But I can't really go without playing that if I want to get the fucking last level I need unlocked. Okay, this one maybe? I don't know. Oh, I don't know where this is at already. I actually stumbled onto it. I don't know about the last one, but we'll figure it out without too much trouble. Okay, I don't know if I have anything else I want to say about Splatoon 3 or not, actually. Mario Golf looked good, though, really good. I like the way the game looks. There's a lot of neat little things, like how the shot gauge is displayed that I noticed when I was watching the Game Explain video. They have some nice course design. You can see everything on the map. You can pick from a lot of characters. They even leap somebody by accident, and the new game mode looks really fucking cool. Compared to like what we're playing from other games in the series, I'm excited because I feel like it'll probably be just as high quality as the others, if not like more so. Mario Golf 64 was probably the lowest quality, or not the lowest, but it wasn't the most fun because it was like a little bit on the too hard side in some areas. Unfortunately, it was lacking things like measuring for your shots properly, and characters were like ridiculously hard. It wasn't a bad game, just it was a little bit on the unforgiving side, and it made it not as fun to play through, if I'm honest. So gotta be completely frank and say that I don't love the difficulty setting in the game. I would prefer if it wasn't so hard. Did I seriously go into this thing instead of the way I was wanting to go instead of where I was intending to? I'm interested in that Super Golfers Rush, or what the fuck it's called. I think it's Super Rush, maybe I misremembered the name of that little extra mode they made for this new Mario Golf. That looks like fun. I think it's going to be online compatible too, so this game looks like it's going to have a lot of really fun little things you can do. I'm going up this way. I think there might be another remote around this way, and I want to grab it as quickly as possible rather than waiting on it, so might as well try to get it even if I know where the other one is. In fact, I might ignore a reason is get it right now rather than waiting on it. But yeah, looks like a fun game. Very fun. I don't know what else to say about it entirely. Like, I want to talk about it more, and I hope it's fun. The courses are always great in Mario Golf, even if it's not the easiest. It's a fantastic Mario series, and I miss those games quite a lot, and I'm looking forward to playing Mario Golf Super Rush, honestly. I haven't had a point where I've been able to connect to a new Mario Golf in forever, since I haven't played the 3DS one, and well, we haven't had one since then, really. Hopefully whatever we're getting here is going to be just as good as the prior entries. Toadstool Tour is still like one of my favorite sport games. Like, I don't really love sports games, but Mario is a special exception. The Mario sports are fun. Always really, really good. Also, another thing I like about Mario Golf and Mario Tennis is that those two in particular, there were always like little GBA and GBC versions. Like Game Boy Color was a version that was around for the time for the N64 version. They made a Game Boy Advance version for the GameCube version, and those are different enough experiences, and they're pretty fun. Like, honestly, you play those and you don't play as Mario really, and you get to experience the world of that with like a from a story perspective, that's pretty cool. Even if you're not playing as Mario and playing with like proper Mario characters, I find that to be a very, very neat little thing they did with those games. They're more RPG-like almost. That's something I kind of wish that more games did, even some of the ones that don't need story. It'd just be nice to have story every now and then. It's like an extra. It's not necessary, but I mean, it doesn't exactly hurt. Unless it's written really badly and just uninteresting in that case, then yeah, it's not going to be super worthwhile. But I mean, having a story is not really going to be too bad 99% of the time. So what's up there anyway? Just that? Okay, nothing important. Wondering about that. Mario Tennis has got the same thing on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. Really good. Also, in the case of Mario Golf, like both of those entries that are on handhelds that were like, how do I describe it? Like those games, the Golf and Mario Golf Advance Tour both have like compatibility with their console versions. Unfortunately, not the case for Mario Tennis. It was that way on the Game Boy Color and also on the N64, but not on the version on the GameCube. They didn't keep that, unfortunately. You've got to be kidding me. Can I maybe make it back up there? I don't think I can, and that's rather annoying, because I do not want to go back and do this again yet. Looks like I'm not getting much of a choice. It seems like it might be a rather irritating thing to make it through. Not terrible, just rather waste of my time to sit here and do this. I don't know. Not loving platforming in games. Like, oh, you fell? Too bad. You gotta go back over and fucking redo an entire section because you weren't perfect on your jumping. Anyway, like I said, very good games. Speaking of Mario Sports and other stuff, now we got a Mario Tennis and a Mario Golf game, and I really wonder if we're going to see something else from Camelot on the Switch, whether it be Mario related or not. Like, I don't think it matters if we get another Mario Sports game, but wouldn't be against having another one. I mean, the other answer is Golden Sun getting revived like people want, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Golden Sun's an alright looking series, but I don't know, I hear very much mixed things about the series overall. Like how some entries are rather good and some are mixed in terms of how fun they are. I don't know, I need to play them and see how they play, see if they're any good. I've heard a lot about Golden Sun and it makes me interested in it, to say the least. Or this fucking little weird shucky wannabe, and instead of fucking having him stab at me. Cool. Because I don't want to fucking deal with that for longer than necessary. What is this, another life? Okay, cool. That works. Fuck off, game. Let me get up the fucking staircase. If I fucking die before I reach my objective, I'm gonna be angry. Mario Strikers hasn't been around for a while. How many Mario like sports series are there? Mario Strikers, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Baseball, basically. And then there was also, I believe, it's like the sports mix thing. They had a single basketball game on DS that I remember that was alright. Was it? I think that was by Square Enix or something. Stream been okay? I need to double check something really quickly. Don't mind me just for a second. I want to make sure everything's working all good like it's supposed to. Saw OBS like weirded out for a second and I didn't know if it was just my imagination or what. No, it seems like it's fine. Okay, and pull the window back up. Anyway, like I was saying, this last red remote, and then we can go collect the other golden remote I need to get the last level I want. Ugh, fuck. I don't think I really care about having Mario Sports. Not to see another Mario baseball game. Those are okay, but I don't think it's a necessity. It wouldn't hurt to have one, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends. If there are people who want it or not. You do, I mean, more power to you and it happens, but if it's not, then no big deal. It was alright, just not really amazing in terms of its gameplay and really anything like super worthwhile like talking about overall.
Tim Burton thinks about when he's in the tub.
Let's see, actually, Mario Strikers is a lot of fun. Actually, if you guys played either one of those, like entries in the series. The Wii game and the GameCube game are both like really fun times. Everybody who talks about it always brings up the Wii game, but genuinely the GameCube game is also really enjoyable. Also, the animations are fucking crazy. Story's pretty simple and nothing crazy, just a basic story, and I loved what they did with it. It gave characters like a lot of personality, it felt like. I missed that about Mario Strikers. Also, the characters in the second game were fleshed out super well, felt really, really fun to play with and mess around with, like their trick shots. All the different captains getting special types of shot, that kind of stuff was great. I kind of miss Mario Strikers, honestly. I wonder if we can potentially expect another one to happen in the eventual future, whether it be in the Switch's lifetime or if we'll not see one at any point soon. I wouldn't be against it, though. I'd be down for it if it happens. I think it'd be a fun time. I genuinely feel like that's a move that would be appreciated by Switch owners. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think people would want it because people keep asking for it. I wanted Mario Golf first. That's the one I was clamoring for, and here we are now. We finally got it. I'm glad too. Mario Golf deserved to be revived again and brought back with some little bit of TLC and making sure that plenty of attention for one of their bigger Mario spin-offs. It's crazy to think it went dormant like for so long, honestly. Also, the connectivity between like the handheld games was something else. It was really, really neat. Where's the thing I was going towards again? That's not what I wanted, damn it. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna get back in here, please. Thank you. I need to figure out where the fuck the thing I was looking for is, though. That fucking room. Give me a second or two. Remember there was that Mario Spikers thing back in the day that got teased as like a leaked fucking project that's being worked on that's like after it got canceled, but it looked like it was pretty neat. I'd love to have seen like what they had planned with that, see how the final version of that would have been. I bet it would have been a neat little experience and a fairly fun thing to mess around with. Maybe it wouldn't be that good, but I mean, we don't have anything to really go off of to see how good it was, so I bet it could have been a really good game, though. Fuck, am I misremembering? Because I remember there being close to this, but not this close. It was like I was near it, and I don't see it now when I look for that fucking other location I want to go to. Maybe it's not here. Let me check before I continue talking. Makes you wonder when you think about this stuff and talk about it, like how Nintendo's canceled projects are. They have a lot of good ones, and I enjoy seeing like what they have that they ended up getting canceled, even though some of them are obviously not worth it, but there's a lot of cool stuff they've canceled. Probably for good reason, though. This is an annoying section, annoying bit of platforming, but whatever. Oh god. We're gonna have to sit here and do this until we get up here, huh? Alright. I can handle that. Okay, there we go. I think we're fucking finally done with the Poltergeist level that we were trying to do. Significantly more fun than the replacement level for it. The what the fuck is called Gecko's Costo or something. The one that was in the N64 version. That one wasn't as fun in my opinion. That was just kind of I don't know. I'm not a big fan of seeing like similarities, or not similarities, seeing like ports that get stripped down like this did. Feels like it wasn't as good as it could have been. Not terrible, just not the most enjoyable in the world. Rather unexciting. Also, nobody's around right now. It makes me a little bit sad. Like, I'm trying my best to make this interesting. I even been sure to put plenty of time aside and didn't mention this, but oh well, not a big deal. Give me a second or two. No, I definitely linked this in Discord. I don't know why people aren't showing up. Let me double check, but I think we're just unlucky. Nobody's around right now, unfortunately. Or maybe they're busy. It's still... I hate that I have to do this in my chat, but I need to make sure the chat room's not fucking completely fucked. Let me pull this back up. I didn't finish talking about the Direct either. I think I'm done talking about it, like, the Nintendo Direct. We're not in the Nintendo Direct, so you can talk about the like, announcements from the Direct, except for a few things. I need to talk about some other stuff. You know, news watching, well, oh, that's my fucking think. Oh, God damn it. Unless somebody is watching, welcome though. Just trying to do this game. Pretty fun time. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, by the way. If you're new here, or even if you're not, like, welcome to the stream. It's good to see anybody who's a familiar face too. I really do appreciate all my viewers. Let's see, I talked about the Nintendo Direct quite a bit, like at length. I'm gonna do what else I did not mention. I mentioned the Mario Tennis announcement. I mentioned like Square stuff already. I mentioned Miitopia, isn't it? Sounds like I mentioned. Shit, I need to pull my thing back up. Miitopia was rather interesting, not terribly. Was it because did I click out or something? Okay, that was weird. I was gonna say I couldn't move and I was trying to. I didn't know what was going on there. I thought for a second my controller had fucking broke on me or something, so it wasn't letting me move. Turns out I was just being dumb and accidentally wasting time. Great. Anyway, like I was saying, Miitopia was pretty alright back in the day. I played it on my 3DS, now it's getting ported to Switch. It's a fairly fun little RPG game with like Mii's characters, and got revealed. I saw it's getting to Switch. Some customizations like characters you can change up, like a little different than the 3DS version. Like you can try new hairstyles, and I think there might have been new facial expressions, possibly. Like few things that are pretty cool and noteworthy. And the big thing they mentioned is like something about horses. I don't find that to be exciting. I don't know. It's weird talking about Miitopia right now because Miitopia is like a 3DS game first and foremost, and I played it on 3DS, and I'll be honest, looking at the Direct and watching that reveal, Miitopia did not look like it has enough to make it like interesting for somebody who's already played it to pick it back up again, not unless you just really like it and want to replay the game. So I would say it's not a super worthwhile deal in my opinion. I don't know, it depends on who you ask, I bet. I'm sure there's plenty of people who think it looks really good, and for newcomers who are buying it for the first time, then yeah, cool, you're getting a pretty good deal out of it and getting a solid game for the first time. So hope you guys enjoy playing it. It's a fairly good little game, but for a newcomer, there's like a lot more than there is for a person who's already played it. Also, I won't be dishonest, I find that it's not really super like worthwhile for a replay, especially when the fucking Switch version is like fucking $60, I think, if I'm not, no, it's 50 actually, my bad. Yeah, it's like $50, and it's not great that they charged fucking 50 for a game that was 40 on 3DS, and doesn't look like it had a huge amount of like extra additional content added to it. It feels like it's kind of still kind of like a little bit on the S side in terms of amount of like stuff there is to do. They could have put more in it. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad and that there's not enough, but it's definitely possible they could have added a little more and they would have gotten more people interested. I'd even be more interested in rebuying if they put a little extra in it, but they didn't. They just kind of slapped it together and put it on the Switch, it seems. It looks good in HD, I'd say. It looks like it's upscaled really well, though, compared to how it looked on 3DS. So there's props for that, but that's not saying a whole lot. I'd assume a lot of 3DS games that naturally upscale to look way better on the Switch. Oh god, can I make it up here, please? I don't want to fucking redo this level. I don't have to. I'm not gonna get it, am I? Fucking barely fucking not making it. That was annoying, because it was just because I didn't happen to be in the window, like, immediately, and I thought I was in it. And of course, I fucking managed to mess up by a little bit. Great, whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, Miitopia is alright. Fun game. If you haven't played it, I can recommend it safely and say it's a good time, so it's worth picking up if you're new and you haven't played it before. I think the game's a very good little 3DS title. I've thought about streaming it a few times and never bothered. I definitely wouldn't be against streaming it one day, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, like I was saying, I was talking about Miitopia. I think I'm nearly done. I'd say one thing was that yeah, if you're looking into Miitopia, it's worth it. It's the biggest thing is like the character customization and whatnot is probably where you'll get most of your money's worth. I recommend trying stuff with like your Miis and doing different things with them rather than just going with your main Miis or whatever. That's a way to make Miitopia feel like it's got some more interesting value proposition than rather than being just a fucking weird Mii game. Neat little experience though. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that, like Tomodachi Life, come over to the Switch. That'd be pretty neat. Or a sequel even. I'd be down for that even. I don't know, Miitopia is a good game. It's just not favorite. I don't know if I'm gonna rebuy it. Probably not, especially not at $10 more pricey than it was on 3DS, so oh great. Gotta be kidding me. It's a fucking annoying time getting up there, not fucking up any of this and making sure you land carefully. Okay, cool. Actually didn't have too much problem. Anyway, let's see. This makes me a little bit sad though. I put in all this effort and then nobody's here for the stream after me taking a while before I can finally come back to stream. Not that it's a big deal. Let's see, I think that leaves how many subjects that I haven't talked about. Talked about what I really wanted to, which is like Nintendo Direct stuff that I haven't got a chance to. Let's see. Thinking here on other announcements that I missed from the Direct.
That's a spot.
Sadly, being any news on Breath of the Wild 2, though, that was something that could have been shown off or talked about a little more, and they didn't bother at all. They just fucking and said, nope, nothing to show right now. But I understand, they didn't want to show anything, they didn't have any footage. Let's see. Might need a second or two. I don't know, I'm having so much trouble remembering every little thing from the Direct I wanted to talk about. I think the Famicom thing might have been the last one. Let me just check the thing really fast. And they had Fall Guys. I'm looking here, yeah, and that was something that was okay, but Fall Guys is kind of dying, so it's not really hugely a big deal or even worth it. So the last thing that was worth mentioning that I thought I'd bring up was that fucking one topic of fucking, what was it? Hold on a second. Let me check one thing too while I'm at this. Saw something on Discord I wanted to double check. Okay, I think I'm good. Let me get my window back where it's supposed to be. The Famicom Detective Club thing, yeah, that was the one. That looks like a fun time. Fairly good looking little game. I genuinely have interest in it. It's like an original game on the Famicom, I believe. Like it's an old game, and it's fairly good looking from what I've seen. Like it's a remake, I think. That's something that looks like it'll be fairly fun, and I think I would like to check that out. It kind of gives me Ace Attorney vibes to an extent, and Ace Attorney is one of my favorite series. It's also a visual novel, and even though I'm not huge on them, I do like them, so kind of seems to scratch the itch for like a new Ace Attorney a little bit while we're waiting on potential confirmation of those great Ace Attorney things, like the collection to get approved. That's actually a thing, or whatever the name of it is. That'd be something I'd be down to play when that gets released, hopefully. I'm kind of wonder if they'll do this like more of their old series, like revive them over time, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. Seeing an older game get revived and seeing like some neat new like quality of life features, something that's really, really great in my opinion. This is nice to see new life breathed into something a little older. Is there a bitrate issue? I don't see anything when I look, but I mean YouTube's telling me that there was problem with the bitrate. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna try and ignore that then. There's no actual issue. There's problems with the playback and it's like laggy, then let me know and I'll try to fix things. Speaking of like games that are unfortunately not given us attention for their series, like Kid Icarus got revived and they didn't do much with it after they did like Uprising. That's unfortunate. Also, some of the Smash characters that Nintendo's revitalized, it'd be nice to see those characters get like a little more love. I don't know, it's just a weird thing talking about that in general. Direct didn't have a lot to talk about. There was a lot of stuff that was disappointing. These are my other thoughts on like the Direct. Some of the announcements felt like they were just fucking wasting time and not super interesting. While some of them were cool, but like Outer Wilds was a neat one. Like there's that weird thing though, that DC Supergirls or whatever. It's like, who the fuck was interested in this? This is some random shovelware. Why is this taking up a part of the Direct? I feel like that was a waste of time in my opinion, and I genuinely don't think anybody had any interest in checking that out. I personally don't think it was a really good looking game, and it wasted time on the Direct because it's the real last like haunted Mansion level, I don't know. I'm guessing we gotta collect this, and we're supposed to collect something else for like the hidden collectible thing or whatever. So this is like one of the other 3 levels we got left, these like red remote things, and apparently they're related to some FMV scenes. If I don't see it though, I'm not going to worry about it, and you guys might have to look it up depending. Sorry, I don't want to fucking redo the ending of the game, but that's like a thing the game could ask me to do, because I'll be honest, I don't have any urge to fucking sit here and play through this longer than I need to. It's still fun, but it's not like it's amazing quality. It's decent platformer, maybe at best. It's an old one too. So I'm just gonna play through and finish it. Yeah, Direct though had a lot of interesting announcements in it. Not all of them were good. Some of them were rather bad, in my opinion. And they just made it feel like it was wasting time they could have spent on other stuff. I don't know. More first-party stuff in general would have been cool if they could have shown off anything, but I guess this is them showing what off all they had, and I gotta say it's a little underwhelming, to be honest. There's just not a lot of crazy stuff. I think everybody was expecting something from The Legend of Zelda for like a big anniversary, and instead we get Skyward Sword as... Like, I know that Skyward Sword's an alright Zelda title, and it's not got a remake yet or anything, but it's like, that's kind of not really what I think anybody was hoping for. Wanted to have more to really be excited for, like a collection. I bet they're not going to do a collection though. I bet they're going to be maximum greed and go for reselling them all for $60. That makes sense by Nintendo standards to release everything at full price because they can get away with it, so that's probably what they're gonna do, actually. I bet that would be the most likely scenario. That was weird. It didn't seem like it was fucking working, and then it finally got it on the last time I tried it. Oh god. Camera, please. Huh, can I get on this thing? Interesting, I can. I want to try and see if I can get all the things here and see if it'll give me a hidden collectible or not. Oh god. I think it's just gonna be the fucking other thing with the fucking cutscene related thing where it's like a video or FMV or something, I think, apparently, unless I read it wrong. I did some research on this before I was playing, so I didn't actually completely blind in on these, but I'm still not like as informed as other people might be on this. Let's see, other news outside the Direct. What all have I been doing or thinking of that I want to talk about? Give me a second or two and I'll discuss what I want to bring up. Just give me a second. I need a moment to sit back and think. So I put a lot of stuff on here that I wanted to bring up, and a lot of it's fairly interesting. It's like a different number of topics that I wanted to talk about. It's like one that I'm going to bring up at random. I don't know what else to really discuss at the moment. Face cams. How do you guys feel about face cams when it comes to like streaming or whatever? I'm curious to hear opinions on them. You guys like them? You guys not care for them or whatever? I'm curious to hear. I feel like it's a thing that's like gotten really popular over, I don't know how long, like recent years, I'd say at least, and been to the point where it's like a very, very popular thing with streaming to have a face cam, and now VTubers are becoming kind of big too, and those are sometimes taking up the role of a face cam. I don't want to use a face cam. I don't really love them. There's a lot of like liberties that I don't have to worry about with no face cam. It's more relaxing to not have to think about my surroundings being perfect for streaming, and also on top of that, whether or not like I look fine on camera or whatever, so I can stream, those kind of things. I don't really feel like I want to share everything about my life to the extent that I'm using a face cam either. I don't know. They're neat. They're very good for video calls, obviously. If you're fine with that, and they're a good way to share more interaction with your viewer, but I don't think I ever care about that shit. God damn it. Fucking controller drifting issue made that happen. I'm gonna get to 50 of these and see if I get fucking special collectible or not. If I don't, then I'm gonna fucking move along and not fucking do that in the next ones. Just need to know. Okay. Interesting. I'll shut up for just a second. Give me a moment or two, actually. I need like 2 seconds to double check some stuff. Actually, I had something I was wanting to talk about that I wanted to bring up that I think would be really, really good that I haven't talked about yet. And it was about this, not really a big deal, but it reminded me of something I mentioned about a dream that I had, and I was going to bring that up here, kind of. I don't know how to really word this. It was a neat little thing I had mentioned. I had a dream about it, like a game that I ended up making in my sleep, kind of. It's not, I don't know how to describe it. God damn it, fucking camera got me there. That's not even really my fault so much as the camera for fucking zooming in super fucking and close and not giving me a good way to look at what I want to and making it really, really awkward to view anything. So, here's the question. Where the fuck is the, like, yeah, how much should I have to get again? 30, 40, 50? Well, that's what I meant to say, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. I'm not sure if I'm going to get anything for doing this or not, so this is going to be a little bit of time wasted. Doesn't look like it so far, but we haven't got to the end of this. Where was I, though? Sorry. Oh, about a new Gex game. That was what I was thinking. That's not what I had a dream about. That was a completely different thing we can talk about later, though. Like, I thought of an idea that came to me when I was like sitting here thinking about this and like streams and whatnot. I was thinking about how like this is like all movie based and like TV shows, all that kind of stuff, like for how a lot of mention of that stuff. I thought of like, this is probably something that'll never happen, something the series will get revived, but like what could be a decent idea for a new Gex thing would be like, I was thinking they could do something where they could focus a new one on the internet and have like it based on certain things that be games or based on like sites or whatever, have something that's Twitter themed, have something that's themed around fucking Facebook, not Facebook, you'd say 4chan or Reddit or whatever, and some other assorted stuff like, let's see, those are two that are big that I can think of that are like things right away. You make fun of YouTubers and streamers would be another thing that fit right along those lines of like stuff that you'd expect to be doable out of Gex, because Gex is the kind of series that makes fun of everybody, so why wouldn't that be a possibility, especially if it's off the internet? And you could have like certain interesting themed levels, something based on shit, I thought I wasn't careful, based on like Fortnite, or based on, I don't know, say Doom, Animal Crossing or whatever, or let's see, I think I said Doom already, yeah, didn't I? Doom and Fortnite are two big ones. I don't remember what the third one I was going to say was, because there was something else that I was wanting to mention that I hadn't already. I don't remember. Give me a second. I'm trying to think on what it was. Not that it's a big deal. Well, whatever. Like, I get the idea. Like, I'm thinking like an idea where you can basically play through like levels based on online video games. Maybe, I think it's Minecraft or something, maybe. But yeah, that kind of thing would be a neat way to handle a new Gex title. I think that'd be a way that if any devs had interest in it, that'd be a pitch that I think would probably be maybe at least looked at by Square. I don't know if I'm right about that, but I think that could be a cool way to work on reviving it without fucking making it feel like it's just an unnecessary revival, and actually have a decent theming on it that was something kind of cool. I don't know. Gex is an alright series. It could certainly be better, though. So where the fuck is the help I need to get my fucking character safe from dying? Oh my god, this fucking camera. I was gonna say, this camera is like trying to murder me! Hate that about this game. That's one thing that'd be nice about a modern game, would be a camera that doesn't actually control like fucking ass.
I ain't afraid of no.
Why does it keep moving me when I fucking hit the camera? Doesn't make any sense. It's not even tied to the right things to do that, but okay. Okay, give me just a second or two before I continue. Oh god, oh god.
Nice haircut. When did we invent?
Fucking give me a second or two. I'm fucking nervous because I don't want to fucking lose more health, honestly. This game. I don't want to fucking redo this level again. Can't reach the head the way I want to either. Oh, that's bullshit. I couldn't fucking see because the fucking camera wouldn't fucking cooperate with me and fucking let me get by. That pisses me off a lot. Gee, I think that'd be a cool idea for a game. If they didn't want to do that, that wouldn't be a big deal, but I could see that being a fun way to make a Gex game. So as I say, it's an idea that I thought of that'd be cool. 1 second. So, you guys watch any, like, speedrun channels out of curiosity? 1 second. Sure, this is where I wanted it. I recently stumbled onto a very, very interesting YouTube channel that I've been watching, and I think it's really, really good. Maybe not the best channel I ever watched, but still a satisfyingly fun channel to watch that I found out like a month ago or what. It wasn't exactly super recent, but it wasn't exactly super long ago either. It was like maybe a week or two ago, I guess. I'm not certain of the exact date. Some channel that goes by the username of Easy Speezy. The guy does like dumb little speedrun videos, and they're pretty fun to watch. They're all like fairly silly and obscure games for the most part. Like he did one that says speedrun Cursed Mario 64, or one where he did like a weird 2D version of Minecraft where it's like literally flatter characters and Minecraft in a more 2D plane. Interesting and very, very odd, and he's got like a whole bunch of these based on like all sorts of games. Some that are older, different kind of like games you wouldn't see now on the internet, that kind of thing. There's all sorts of stuff on there that's like really interesting, frankly. So is this dead end? I guess so. I just wanted to check around in case there was something I was missing here about where the end of this fucking level is. So I need to check where the fuck this is gonna end at and how long it's gonna take to get to the fucking end of it. A little worried somebody's fucking bothered to show up, and won't lie, I'm feeling a little discouraged about that. Fuck. So I'm fucking feeling a bit tired too at the same time. Another good channel I remember was like RT Game, actually, since I was talking about like YouTube stuff for a little bit. That's another good one. Speedrun channels on YouTube are fascinating since they're like all meant to be fairly different, and something where idea behind it is just like going fast. I find that to be pretty neat to see people's like take on silly thing like a speedrun channel. Not really, well, not silly, like a serious one's cool too, but yeah, need to see different takes on that. Also, okay, I guess that's not where I need to find this thing. Interesting. Oh god, stop please.
Navigating a floating furniture field of 3,000.
I hope I can get this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get done exactly as I'd like. Also, there's supposed to be a hidden item, possibly. I know I'd answered whether or not I could get fucking like a collectible reward for grabbing shit, so there's that out of the way. Anyway, now that I've got something else in my mind, fucking hell! I didn't need to be flamed up the butt when I was trying to think. God fucking damn it. I'm gonna shut up for just a second or two while I look around and see if there's health on the thing anywhere. I'm willing to bet the answer is no, though. This is not the best of level design. I can sort of see why these would be frustrating, even if they weren't in the N64 version, why they might have not been in the game. Cut them for difficulty reasons, maybe? Probably not, but still. Anyway. What I was gonna talk about? Oh yeah, I watched something really, really interesting yesterday. It's about like religious stuff, and particularly about like, there's one that's about angels that was interesting, talking about like the Old Testament and the Bible, and how angels aren't quite what they're depicted of as mainstream media, because the fact that angels and mainstream media look like really, really friendly beings that are just like humans with like wings or whatever, and the images of the ones that were supposed to be like from the Old Testament of the Bible were kind of creepy looking, and they had like these weird animal features to them. It's a very, very interesting little video. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's something like what Bible or angels according to the Bible look like, or something like that. It's a fairly interesting little watch if you want to have something neat to check out for a little while. I don't remember how long it is though. Let's see. Also, there's something else to mention that's like related to this exact topic I wanted to bring up is basically, shit. I need a second or two to get by this and then fucking, there we go, cool. But she had, oh yeah, it's not religious stuff. Watched a video on like Pokemon from like MatPat, and it reminded me like a little bit of like, it was an old video, but yeah, reminded me of like how there used to be a lot of like crazy shit going on back in the day with like people claiming Pokemon was evil or corrupting people or whatever, especially kids. There's like a video with like this pasture saying like all sorts of crazy things like hey, fucking Pokemon is the spawn of Satan and whatnot, and that it's evil. It was something funny, but something really silly. Very, very interesting little video from back in the day that, I don't know, it's weird to see people like acting so extreme to like a video game. Although nowadays, I guess it's like more or less gone. Back in the day, there was like a fairly large stigma against video games for some reason. I never understood that. Not one bit. It's felt like a weird thing to see happen. I don't know. Fuck. Come on, get that table back where I can reach it, please. So I need to finish this fucking level, please.
So this is Never Never Land. You'd never
Oh
get
my
to
God.
outside.
I need a moment. I can't talk right now unless I fucking want to fall and die. All because this level fucking encourages me to be careless in my movement. Why? What's our uptime anyway? An hour at least. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more shot. I feel like I wanted to do all this in one go and it proved to be fucking like a little bit too much to beat all of it in one sitting, because it's like, it's not bad. I just feel like I'm not fucking having a lot of energy and not fucking dealing with this super well overall, like how long it's taking. I feel like for some reason I'm like more tired than I intended to be. Rather irritating that I'm not feeling so great though. I don't know, maybe I should just wait until the next time and try to beat all these on stream at the same time and maybe even practice a little bit more. So yeah, like religious zealots, that was funny. I saw something that was interesting relating to this yesterday, and not just that, I've seen the Pokemon video a long time ago, and it's a pretty funny little thing to watch and see how bad the misconception is, and that's an interesting video all by itself. Fucking fun to watch. I'd show you guys there were more people around, but nobody seems to be around to watch right now, so it doesn't seem like it's necessarily going to really go anywhere if I bother, so I won't really concern myself with showing it. You guys, if there are more people, I would definitely be more than happy to show the clip to everybody, though. It's a fun little thing to watch and just make fun of. There was another video that was dumb and very interesting, just from like the perspective of like, why is this made, that I saw like same vein. It was basically like somebody made like a thing, I don't know if it was a church or what, they made that thing where it was like they talking about Fortnite and how should Christians play Fortnite, a really dumb like documentary thing, and it talks about like killing people, but it's like tries to make up the excuse of like, oh, didn't kill people, Fortnite is bad. It's like, are you serious? You're gonna fucking throw out that excuse just because the fact that it's got killing people in it, even though it's not actually a fucking game that's meant to be like actually taken seriously about harming people or anything? I'll give it this last go. I said I was gonna stop there, but I'm gonna try it again. But I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with this level. I feel like this is probably gonna be the point where I get ready to stop, even though I wasn't intending to, because I feel like this is taking a lot longer than it was, than I anticipated to say the least. Plus, this gives me time to explore this and try to figure out what I'm doing here. I don't know. But yeah, it's a funny video, dumb. It's really interesting seeing all the stupid arguments there. They put like a clip of Ninja talking smack on their thing. It was funny and just like horribly misguided. It's like, okay, like it's like, I don't know what kind of thing you're trying to claim that playing video games does is like bad, but it's like really, I don't feel like the Bible's going to be Maybe it does, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the Bible's condemning anybody for fucking playing video games. It seems like it's huge overstatement and just a way to try and control the youth and try to make kids feel upset over having a hobby that people don't approve of. Religion is a weird thing to talk about. I don't want to get into it like super heavily. It's not a bad thing, but it's just like religion can get really, really intense when you get into it, and some of the topics of discussion are rather extreme. Also, there's like a whole ton of different religions out there, so it's like you gotta really be careful when you talk about it. You don't want to offend anybody with any religion. I don't love about religion, even though I am religious myself. It's like I don't really love having to think about all this stuff, and sometimes I find myself really deeply questioning it. Give me a second. I'm gonna change the subject again, so I want to talk something else for a little bit, but wait just a moment before I do. That's something I want to bring up that I find to be not really relevant to the exact discussion, but something that'll be fairly decent to talk about. Like, it's about school, I guess, back in the day especially, or not even in the day, just like in general. How many of you guys, like, how many of you guys is like doing spelling stuff or spelling bees when you were younger? I'm curious to hear about this. I don't really love them. I don't hate them either. They're okay. They're all right. I haven't seen anything like that in a long time, since I'm obviously like out of school and well past graduated, but those were interesting. Like, I found myself decently doing well at spelling. So, yeah, like even as a spelling bee, one thing I was happy about and confident about is my ability to spell stuff right, and I did pretty good about it. Spelling bees were crazy, seeing how many people were there and could do every word they got asked right. I remember being in one, and it was an interesting experience, and I don't know if I'd ever want to do another spelling bee type thing again or not in my life. It's not bad. Obviously, I'm an adult, and it's not over. Probably have to do. Oh my god! Amazing how just one fuck up led to this happening, and then all of a sudden my health is all burned away, all because I wasn't super careful about my fucking camera movement. Because this fucking game does this to me. Okay, I'm sorry guys. I need to fucking practice this level and get like some better fucking and like reaction to this level and try to get used to these 3 levels, even though I didn't want to do that. I think that's the right choice here. I think it's better to stop here and split this into 2 parts. I genuinely don't think we're going to get much further right now. If we do, it'll be a lot of time wasted without any progress. So it's like, yeah, that's some other things I wanted to talk about that I completely forgot about and glanced over, but I'm not going to get upset over it. We'll just save it for next time and talk about it. Stuff that I really wanted to discuss that I didn't remember. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope it was fun for you guys to watch, and it was fairly fun for me to play. I've still got one more session since I didn't actually get everything, but I'll stop here and I'll see you guys on the next stream, and I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye everybody, take care, and I'll be back soon. Later.